Lighting, lighting, lighting. The most important element of any render. Do it wrong and it will look like this. Do it right and it will shine like this. The main reason beginners separate from the pros is because of lighting skills, which is why you need the knowledge to do this properly. As my followers know, I have the most compendious lighting pack in existence that makes use of the newest technologies available. So check that out on Gumroad or Blender Market and let's get started. So before we start lighting this product, first we have to answer the question, why make a product visualization render at all? I'm going to take 1 minute to explain this so you can persuade your client using this reason as to why they should use a product visualization render. So let's have a quick look at this Dutch website right here. It's called Coolblue. It has all these white backgrounds. Now you can tell me whatever you want, but I don't think that there's a videographer out there receiving thousands upon thousands of high-ticket technological items in order to make pictures of them so they can place this on this website. I don't think so. I think they are using a 3D artist in order to make these images so that they can change colors easily, have consistent lighting throughout the entire website and products, and save a lot of cash. So if you want to know why people would even want a product visualization render, it's because they can have consistency in their website, they have consistency in their lighting, they can change colors or make new versions of the same product, which can also be rendered easily. They don't have to send you the product, so they don't have to pay shipping costs and all that stuff. Which means there are plenty of reasons for a 3D artist to be hired in the website niche. So that's just the information that I wanted to give you guys, because now you know why we would actually make a product visualization render. So let's get to it straight away. So I'm in your favorite program right now, it's called Blender. So let's click on 1 on the numpad, bring in a camera, Shift A camera, Control Alt 0, let's bring it in here. And I want to make this a square, so I'm going to the Output Properties tab, 1080 by 1080 GZZ, bring it closer, and actually we can set this to 80 millimeters. Go over to Viewport Display, open the composition guides and click on Center. GX, bring it to the center like so. Make sure that the blender is entirely in the middle. Now bring this upwards and make it face down just a little bit. Now go to the composition guides, turn it off. Passepartout, let's turn it on. So now we've got this. Doesn't look entirely spectacular yet. So let's add a plane. Plane. Right over here, bring it down, scale it up, select this line, and this line, E, Z, bring it upwards, go back to object mode, apply the scale, take these lines right over here, Control B and increase the segment size, something like this, shade this smooth, go over here, and now this looks kind of like a setup for one of those renders. First I'm going to bring in an HDRI because this glass is a bit underwhelming. So I'm going to press on N and I will use Easy HDRI. You can also go over to the World Property settings, click on this yellow button and select Environment Texture and click your HDRI. So I'm going to click Fix World Nodes and then from here I can select my HDRI. I don't have a lot of them, but I found that Studio Small actually looks pretty good. Now there's 2 methods we could do. We can either place 2 area lamps on both sides of the blender, or we can add some area lamps pointing at it from the side, and both of them will look pretty cool. Let's add an area lamp. Area lamp. Scale it up a bit. Let's bring it towards this side first. So let's see what that looks like. Increase the power. Looks pretty cool. GX, RZ 180, and that looks pretty cool as well. So it doesn't have to be this strong. We can also decrease the strength of this just to 150 or something. Same goes for this one, 150. And now we do get those cool looking streaks on the side. Just for now, I'm going to select both of these area lamps, press on M to make a new collection, and I will turn it off. I'm going to add another area lamp right over here, scale it up, RX 90, bring it backwards, RZ 45. GX and bring it towards that side, increase the power a bit, let's see what that looks like, also to 150, why not, GX, RZ, minus 90, like this, let's see what it looks like. Let's also add these in their own collection. I think they both look pretty good. I think this one is a bit more realistic, so the 45-degree angle looks a bit nicer, realistically speaking. However, I think the area one gives us these nice reflections that otherwise we would not have, and I'm going to go for this one. Let's add another area lamp, let's take this. I want to remove that part right over there, so I'm going to RI minus 90, scale it up, bring it right over here, something like so, increase the power, and now it's entirely white. And I actually kind of like this already. We can also go over into the glass and play around with the IOR. So I'm going for 1.27 for now. Select our camera, bring it in just a little bit closer. So that's basically how you make a cool looking image for any website you can think of. Well, it's also possible, of course, to go over here, go to the brush metal and change the color of this, for example. So let's say we get the hue and this is actually a different color. Maybe it's a bit more of a reddish tone. And now you can make blenders in all the colors you want and the scene will always look good. So you can try and sell this to people for their website. So there are only 2 more tricks that I'd like to show you. First of all, I'm going to undo this hideous color. So let's take a break for the sponsor in this video. Me. A baker needs an oven. A painter needs paint. And a blender artist needs Lighting Ultimate Pro. This pack contains professional lighting and shadows that will help you improve your renders for the rest of your career. 365 gobos to be precise, animated, stills and procedural gobos. But besides that, there's also GeoLights Pro, the first, fastest and only procedural lighting solution in Blender available. And of course, you can also get a free asset, namely 3 product lighting setups that always work, which is also for free on my Gumroad. Easily add all these elements using the asset browser. So if you want to battle the darkness of your Blender life, check out Lighting Ultimate Pro. Link is in the description. So what we can do is select our backplane, give it a material and increase the emission. So this is a possibility if you want that white background. However, it's also emitting some light. So the way to fix that would actually be to either move it backwards and increase the scale so it doesn't give as much light. Or what you could do is decrease the strength to 0, go over here to the Object Properties tab, click on the visibility and remove it from the camera. So right now you only have the reflections in the glass, but we can still render this as a transparent image without having all the light from the emissive plane. And then in a different program such as After Effects or DaVinci Resolve, you can place in a white background, really easy. One final trick. We added this light right over here, remember? Because we didn't want to have that shadow that's being emitted from the HDRI. So we're going to use this light, but let's say that you think it is refracting too much of our original image. So what we can do, go over to this light, click on it, go to this tab, the Object Data Properties tab, click on Shading, go to Light Linking, click on New, then select this plane. I think it's plane 01. I'm going to drag it in there. And if you turn this on, the light will only work on this plane. And if you turn this off, it will only work on all the other objects except for the plane. So that's one little trick you can use to remove those shadows without adding more light to the blender. In my case, it wasn't really terrible, but I'm gonna leave it like this anyway. So this was a very simple lighting setup, but later on in the course, we are going to do some advanced lighting techniques in order to get a very cool looking product animation environment render. So you've learned how to create 2 lighting setups. And on my Gumroad, you can get 3 lighting setups for free that you can drag and drop into the scene. In the next video, we're going to create high quality fruit that we can use for the rest of the course. So click here to watch that video next.